The NWA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. The champion, Brent Albright, to defend against former champion Adam Pearce. Paul Turner, your official, calls for the opening bell.
Quick spear by Albright and going right away, right hands to the top of the head of Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. It was back in New York at Death Before Dishonor 6 that Brent Albright won the NWA World Heavyweight title from Adam Pearce in a match that has everyone talking.
Oh, it was an amazing contest, a very emotional moment. The first time that the NWA World title changed hands in New York City. And Brent Albright has since defended that title several times, including down in Mexico. And here tonight, putting it on the line at Glory by Honor 7. And you can see his arm all bandaged up, suffered an injury last night, but was given the option to take the night off and not have to defend tonight. But he wants to fight, he wants to defend it here tonight against Adam Pearce. And he turned his back on his opponent, was pointing to his head. Brains, but you gotta focus on your opponent at all times.
This is the first of 4 big title matches here on the show tonight. And of course, this match being defended under National Wrestling Alliance rules. There is a 10 count out on the floor, and there is a disqualification if you throw your opponent over the top rope.
We saw that come into play earlier this year in the NWA World title matchup here in Ring of Honor. As right now they're doing battle out on the floor as Pearce sent right into the steel barricade by Brent Albright. It was back at Vendetta 2 in Chicago that we saw Adam Pearce throw a fireball right in the face of Brent Albright, really intensifying the battles between these two men.
Referee Paul Turner continuing to count. These guys have to be very aware of the count of the official.
And it looks like Albright, the champion, bringing the action back inside the ring. And Adam Pearce begging for mercy. It's Brent Albright just standing, taking a look at Adam Pearce. Is he going to give him some time here? Oh, extending the hand. Yeah, he wants to be friends now. I'll throw fire in your face, but here, handshake. Not tonight, buddy.
First the Irish whip off the ropes goes Albright. Hip toss attempt by Pearce, shot to the midsection. Adam Pearce showing a little agility right there.
And Albright showing that he can take his head off with a lariat. And now Shane Hagedorn up on the apron, taking the attention of the official.
And Albright having some difficulty with that right arm after delivering the lariat. Over the top rope goes Brent Albright. That should be a disqualification, but thanks to the manservant up on the apron, referee Paul Turner never saw it.
Yeah, the match should be over right now, but that's the advantage of having someone in the corner. It was the distraction by Shane Hagedorn that caused the referee to not see the over-the-top rope to the floor. The damage was done. More damage to that bad arm of Brent Albright as Pearce chopping away at the chest.
Well, typical Sweet and Sour Incorporated, Larry Sweeney and his band of scumbags using their every tactic under the book to try and take the NWA World Heavyweight title back from around the waist of Brent Albright.
A suplex on the entrance ramp by Adam Pearce, looking to do as much damage as possible out on the floor before bringing it back inside. You know Pearce wants that NWA title back around his waist.
Well, title matches mean money, and that's what Larry Sweeney is all about, making money.
Grabs a handful of Brent Albright's hair and sends him back inside after doing the damage on the entrance ramp.
Sweeney couldn't care less about the sport of pro wrestling, the history of the NWA World Heavyweight title, and look at the cocky Adam Pearce just laying on the top rope in the corner. If I'm not mistaken, Dave, I think this is the first time that the NWA World Heavyweight title has been in the ring in this building since the night Shane Douglas threw it on the ground and declared himself the ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
Brent Albright doing his best to restore some prestige to that championship here in this venue here tonight with a successful title defense against Adam Pearce despite the injured arm. Firing away on Pearce, connects. Both men battling on their knees now. Reminiscent of their matchup back in Manhattan.
Or just sheer hatred they have for one another. And they're just going to trade rights right in the center of the ring. Pearce and Albright.
And now Pearce biting Brent Albright. Referee needs to get in there and break it up. And spitting in the face, such disrespect for the official.
Very close to a disqualification right there as Adam Pearce needs to be very, very careful here.
Yeah, this is his opportunity to reclaim the belt that he feels should be still around his waist. Just measuring Albright for a shot. Again, a warning from Paul Turner to open the closed fist as Pearce takes some time to pose.
Those are the guns I'm talking about, right there.
Brent Albright in a world of pain right now. Larry Sweeney looks happy as Adam Pearce, his man, is in the driver's seat.
Just dragging Albright back to his feet before firing another right hand squarely to the jaw of Albright, who won't go down, and fires back with one of his own out of the corner.
Albright just trying to dig down for that energy, but throw it across the second rope right there, and Pearce taking the attention of the official and a slap across the face, a cheap shot from Super Agent Larry Sweeney at ringside.
Not a lot of damage done, obviously, with that shot from Sweeney, but more insult than injury to Brent Albright, a man who has really been a thorn in the side of Larry Sweeney since really wanting no part of the Hangman 3 being bought out by Sweet and Sour Incorporated.
Yeah, Larry Sweeney offended that Albright didn't want to associate with Sweet and Sour Incorporated, now taking it out on him as Pearce gonna go up top. Albright down on the canvas, but Pearce taking a lot of time getting to the top rope. Able to hit the splash though. Shoulders down. But only two. He didn't have the shoulders flush against the canvas when he first went for that cover. Didn't have all of his body weight on top of Brent Albright. The referee made sure that his shoulders were flat against the canvas before counting, and that gave Albright just an extra second to dig down and be able to kick out.
Well, Pearce now undoing the tape from around his wrist, but Paul Turner right on the spot, able to take it away from him and stop it before he was able to use it to his advantage.
It looked like Pearce was going to try to choke Brent Albright with that wrist tape. And the referee, good officiating, caught it. He's trying to get the wrist tape out of the ring, but he has his back turned. And meanwhile, Shane Hagedorn is placing a chair in the corner between the top and the second turnbuckles.
He's trying to place. He's not really doing a very good job of it. Finally able to get in position, and Hagedorn out to the floor, but Albright back to his feet. Lefts and rights to the midsection. Short jab though from from Pearce, connects right on the button. Boot to the midsection by Albright, backs him to the corner. Leapfrog right into the chair.
Pearce head first into the steel chair. The numbers game paid off for Sweet and Sour Incorporated for a few seconds until Adam Pearce's timing was just a little bit off. And his head met that chair that Hagedorn placed in the corner. And now Brent Albright trying to get the energy to get back to his feet. These fans getting behind Albright, battling through injury here to defend the NWA World Championship.
Sweeney looking none too pleased on the outside, while Adam Pearce is getting bounced around like a tennis ball, exploded by Albright.
Pearce is down, and Albright with the cover. Pearce able to kick out, though. Albright needs to perhaps get Pearce in position for the half Nelson suplex or go for the crowbar. Pearce goes for the cross body, but it's Albright who caught him, and a backbreaker over the knee. Good show of strength there by Albright, despite the injured arm, was able to stay on his feet as Pearce went for that crossbody.
That was a great counter right there by Albright. Pearce is a big man. I'm able to catch him out of midair like that. Figure four leg lock, nice roll up.
Excellent counter right there by Albright. Both men back to their feet. It's Albright that strikes first. Pearce, though, firing away with punches.
Pearce has been very effective with those short right hands. And those big looping ones don't do too badly either.
Albright setting to the ropes. Puts on the brakes. Pearce charges into the boot. Up on the shoulders of Albright. Air raid crash. And his head trapped as well. Only two, though. A high-impact maneuver for Brent Albright. Was able to get Pearce in position across his shoulders and his back to hit that air raid crash, but Pearce able to kick out, and Sweeney and Hagedorn look concerned on the floor. This is Pearce's chance to regain the title, and it's slipping through his fingers right here.
A sigh of relief right there on the face of Sweeney as Pearce was barely able to get the shoulder off. Nice reversal into the corner.
What? Pearce going for Albright's own maneuver.
Nice reversal, low blow.
Oh, the referee didn't see it. He was out of position. And now Pearce uses the half Nelson suplex on Albright.
Oh, he folded him up right on his neck. Cover. No.
Gets that shoulder up, able to absorb one of his own signature maneuvers done to him by Adam Pearce.
And Sweeney screaming at the referee on the outside that it was 3.
Fans getting behind Brent Albright here in Philadelphia. needs to dig down and get to his feet somehow and fire back if he wants to leave Philadelphia still the NWA champion. Going for the pile driver, but Albright blocks. Backdrops him, but sunset flip rolls through. Albright now with Pearce. Pile driver! Pearce's own move. Cover! Oh, but Pearce with the shoulder up this time.
Oh, very, very close yet again. Adam Pearce gets the right shoulder just barely off of the canvas before the 3 count of Paul Turner.
Either man able to score a pinfall using their opponent's signature hold. Both men very worn down by this point in the contest. You gotta wonder how badly that arm of Albright is injured.
Hasn't shown too many ill effects except after that one clothesline attempt. The thumb to the eye is certainly not going to do him any wonders. As Albright down on his knees, Pearce climbing to the top.
Uppercut from Brent Albright. And now he's going to climb up himself. Dangerous position for both men. Albright may be looking for a superplex, but Pearce sends him down. Albright back up though, and back to the second rope. Pearce butterflying the arms. What could he have in mind?
Been jockeying for position here. Sweeney on the apron.
Has the attention of the ref. And Shane Hagedorn sends both men crashing down to the floor hard. Referee didn't see it, but both men are down and injured. They were in a very dangerous position, battling to get perhaps a superplex off the ropes. But it was the interference of Hagedorn trying to help Adam Pearce that sent both of them crashing down.
And Brent Albright has not moved a muscle since hitting the floor. Pearce just now starting to regain some of his faculties here and try and get back to his feet.
Again, we got that 10 count in NWA World title matches. We can see this in the count out right here. Pearce trying to get back inside the ring.
Well, Albright will keep the title if that's the case.
Up to a count of 9. He's back inside. The match continues.
Well, that's the heart of Brent Albright. He could have stayed on the outside, taken the count out, and walked out of Philly, hanging on to the NWA World title. He wants to beat Adam Pearce.
Showing the heart of a champion here. They both go for clotheslines at the same time, and they both go crashing down to the mat. And now the double count administered once again by Paul Turner. Larry Sweeney furiously waving that towel at Adam Pearce, trying to revive him. Who's going to be able to get back to their feet first here?
Once again, it's Adam Pearce moving before Brent Albright. Albright again used that right arm to deliver that clothesline.
One more move.
Some encouragement from Larry Sweeney for Adam Pearce. Both men are back up. And Albright strikes first. A series of strikes to the face of Adam Pearce. Go for the pile driver. Blocked. Crowbar! Brent Albright with the crowbar. Will Adam Pearce tap?
He's got it cinched in right in the center of the ring, really wrenching back. But Pearce with a nice counter. Rolled Albright over his shoulders. Half Nelson blocked.
Saved himself right there, and there's the bad arm coming into play. And now Pearce going after the bad arm of Brent Albright, wrenching up on a crowbar of his own. Will Albright be forced to tap away the title? How long can he endure the pain of this hold on that bad arm?
Trying to crawl towards the ropes. Pearce still hanging on.
Can Albright make the ropes? No. Pearce brings him back to the center, really wrenching up on the hold. Albright trying to hang in there. He taps.
Here is your winner by submission, and